Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to change the speed of a video, like speed up or slow down a video in Expo React Native for iOS using AVMutableComposition. Now I have already made a video for this for Android using Expo React Native, so if you are interested you can watch that video, but this is for iOS using AVMutableComposition. So let's get started. So firstly you will have to go to this particular URL. So I will just open this URL over here. Now we will be using this blank TypeScript template, so feel free to use whatever template you want. It's just that this blank TypeScript template gives lesser boilerplate code and has TypeScript support out of the box. That's why I'm using it. So just go to your workspace in terminal and just paste this command. This will automatically create the project for us. Now let's just wait for this to finish. So here I will just give it some app name. Now it will install all the necessary node modules for us, so let it do its thing. In the meantime, what I will do is I will just open our project inside VS Code, and then I'll just open my cheat sheet as well. So here you can see that it has not created the iOS folder for us. Now the iOS folder is necessary because we want to write native code. To create the iOS folder, you will have to go to this particular URL over here. So I'll just open this URL. We will have to select iOS device over here. We will have to select development build. Okay, then here I have just disabled EAS because I will be building it locally. I have already installed Xcode as well as Xcode command line tools. I have installed Watchman as well. Then we'll have to copy this command, so I'll just copy this. I'll go to our project. So it is still doing npm installation, so let's just wait for this to done. Okay, so this is done. Then I'll just cd to my app. I'll paste this command, so it will just install Expo dev client. So again this will install some node modules, so let's just wait for this to finish. Once this is finished, we'll have to run this particular command. So this will actually create the iOS folder for us. So I'll just paste it over here. Now this will take little bit of time to finish because it needs to install CocoaPods as well. So let it do its thing. Once this is finished, then I'll just come back. Alright, so as you can see over here, my CocoaPod installation was done. It is asking me to run on a simulator. I won't run it now because we haven't written any code. It will just run our default application, which doesn't make sense. So I will just do Control C. The next thing which we have to do is we have to install a module. So it will create an iOS as well as Android module for us, and all the code will go into that iOS module. So I'll just copy this command just to show it, this URL, and here you can read more about it, but all we need to do is just copy this particular command. Then again we'll just have to paste it over here. So let's just wait for this. It will ask us few questions. If you want, you can change this module name and all that thing, but I'll keep everything as default and just press enter. Now it will just do this npm installation for us, so let it do its thing again. Now what I will do is the next thing which we have to do again is have to do pod installation. So again I'll just copy this command and I'll paste it over here. Now again this will take little bit of time. So what the next step which I will do is I will write down all the code. Then I'll come back and explain it to you and show you guys the output, because if you like me, typing out all the code will take a lot of time. So that's why I will just do it offline and then I'll come back and explain it to you. You will have to go to your app, Expo app. So I'll just clear everything out. There are two more dependencies which we have to install. So first I'll just come over here. So first dependency which you have to install is npm install expo image picker. You can just run something like this. Okay, I have already ran it, so I won't run it again. And the next thing which you have to do is you also need to do this npm install react native video. So just do npm install react native video as well. Again, I have already done this. Now this is an Expo specific configuration, so you will have to go to app.json. I have just copy pasted it from the Expo image picker dependency as well as react native video dependency, repository. So you will have to create this plugins after this particular web plugins array. So first it will take Expo image picker array, and here we tell us why it requires the photos permission. So I will just tell the app accesses your videos, change the string to whatever you feel like. And for React Native video, you will have to add this enable notification control, Android extension, all that stuff. Again, I have just copied this from the documentation. You can do the same thing. Once these two things are done, firstly you will have to go to iOS folder, and here you will have to go to your app and go to info.plist, and here make sure you add this photo library usage description permission as well, because we need to save the photo to the, so save the video to the photos app as well. So that's why I've added this particular permission. Once that is done, the next thing is you will have to go to modules, my module, and here just go to src, and here first you will have to go to my module.ts file, and here I have added two methods. One is called change speed, which will take the URI of the selected video and assign whether you want to slow down the video or speed up the video, and it will return the URL of the transformed video. So suppose if I am passing 2x the speed, so it will create apply that particular effect, save the video to internal storage of our app, and return back the URI. Here I'm returning promise void, but the way we return back things from Expo is a little bit different, which I will come back shortly. And then this save video will take the URI of the transform video to save the video to the photos app. Again, it will also send a boolean value whether that has been saved or not. Now coming back to the return type for this, so you can just go to my module.type.ts, and here you can see by default you will see this value colon string already available. So I'm just using this value to return back the URI of the transform video from native iOS side to React Native side. If you want to create a different parameter, you can do that as well, but I'm just reusing this one. And for this save video, I have added a one extra one, is saved boolean, just to check whether the video was saved or not. But you can add some string as well if you want to send the exact error message why the failure occurred, but I have kept things simple. Rest everything is present by default. I have not changed anything, and we will be using this change event payload to listen to events from native iOS side to React Native side. Okay, then you can just close this, then just go to app.tsx, and here I have just imported alert, text, touchable, opacity and view from React Native. Then we have imported our module as well. Then I have imported use state as well as use effect from React. Then here I have imported Expo image picker as well as React Native video. Then this use state is for saving the URI of the transformed video URL, which we will get from native iOS side. This is not used for storing the picked video from Photos app. Okay, we'll come back to this use effect later on. Then here I have just created one button, and on click of it we basically launch the image picker, and we only filter by videos. And once we have a proper URI, we just call this change speed method, which we have created, and pass the URI of the selected video. And I want to speed up the video twice, but you can pass whatever number you feel like is right for you. And then once this operation is completed, here inside use effect we are listening for it. So this on change event is created automatically in Expo module, so I have not created this by myself. So if I just show it to you, here you can see it is automatically showing it to me. And if you remember, we were listening for the value property variable of our on change event, right? So once it is not equal to undefined null or empty string, we just assign it to our set video URI state. And once this set video URI state is not equal to empty, I'm displaying it inside our the video component by passing the video URI, and here I'm assigning some styles, and this is our controls as well. Then I have created one more button just for saving the video. So we just do my module.save video. Here you can add a check as well, just to check this video URI is not equal to empty, in case if the user presses the save video button before actually doing this particular kind of thing. So yeah, those kind of checks you can add. So yeah, that's it on the app.tsx side. I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video wherever you feel like. I just copy the code. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Next, what you will have to do is you will have to go to this modules, my module iOS, and here you will have to go to my module.swift file. Firstly, here we will have to import photos UI. then you will have to annotate it with @iOS 18. Now I know this might be a deal breaker for some of you, but I do have there is 2-3 lines of code which is only applicable from iOS 18 and above. I do have code for below iOS 18 as well, but the reason why, I'll just stop this. Okay, but the reason, sorry, coming back over here, but the reason why I'm not showing it to you is because uh, that particular code causes issue in Swift 6. So Swift 6 introduces lot of concurrency feature. At least at the time of me recording, Expo project does not use Swift 6, but I don't want to use that particular code just so that it will break in future. But I'll show it to you if you feel like using it, and if you are able to resolve the Swift 6 issue, you can use it. Then here firstly we are getting hold of our file manager. Okay, I don't know why Xcode is complaining. So here we are getting hold of our file manager. Okay, this all code is present by default. I have not changed anything. Then after this particular view ends, again this is present by default. We are looking for this change speed method which we have defined. uh, okay, and here it takes a URI as well as a string and speed of double. So that all things which we were passing. Then we have defined a method called change playback speed, which I will show you shortly. It takes the actual URL of the picked video, so that's what I'm doing over here, passing the speed, and it will give the save the video to internal storage of our app, send the updated URL, and here you can see we are passing that updated URL back to React Native side. In case of error, I'm just logging into the console. I'll show you this method in a bit. Then this is the second method which we have defined called save video. So here we are first checking whether we have access to the Photos app or not. Also for this we have defined one method which I will show you in a bit. If we have proper permission, then we just do ph photo library.share.perform changes, create request for asset from video, pass the URL which we were sending it from React Native side. So over here, and if the video is saved successfully, I'm just sending true. Otherwise, if you want, you can send over false over here as well as over in this else clause as well, but I'm just avoiding that. So once this is done, so make sure these two methods which I have shown, save video as well as change speed, are written inside this public func definition module definition block itself. Once this block ends, we have to first define this request authorization method, which basically checks whether we have access to the Photos app or not. So that's what this is, and this is the change playback speed method. So here we takes the video URL, which take the speed factor as well. Then we create AVURL asset, passing our video URL. We create a composition, we get hold of our video track, audio track. Then we get the duration of our video, we get the preferred transform as well. Then here we create a time range, and then we add the composition.add mutable track for audio as well as for video. Then we just insert the time range of video track as well as for audio track. Then we do composition video track dot scale time range, passing the time range, the duration, as well as the multiplier factor. So here we are actually passing the speed, and here is our preferred transform, and here we just do scale time range as well. Then we create the export path as well as export URL. If the file with same name already exists, we remove it. Here you can change the file name to whatever you feel like. Then here we create our AVS at export session, which you can see over here. Then should optimize for network usage to output file type is MP4. Now this particular bit of code which is there for exporting the video is only available from iOS 18 and above. So that's what this is. Now if you want the code for below iOS 18 as well, you can uncomment this particular line of code and then uncomment this particular else line of code. But like I told you at the start, this particular line of code according to me will throw an error if you are using Swift 6. I don't know how to resolve this issue, that's why I'm not really using it. And at the end we just return our export URL as well. So yeah, I'll simply scroll through this file one more time. Feel free to pause the video wherever you feel like and just copy the code. Okay, so that's it. Now what you will have to do is you will have to go to your project again. So I'll just quickly go to the Expo project which we have. Go to your app, go to iOS folder, and here you will have to double click on this .exe workspace. It will open it inside Xcode. Then once that is open, you just have to select your app. You have to go to general, and here you will have to click on this plus button, and here you will have to write 18.0 as well as 18.0. So yeah, that's what. If you have written that uncommented that code for below iOS 18, then I think you can change this particular minimum deployment to at least 15 or 16, something like that. But I don't want to do that. That's why I've made it as 18.0. Okay, and two more things which I forgot to tell you is because we have installed these two dependencies as well, Expo image picker as well as React Native video. We again have to run this particular command of pod installation. I have already ran this command, so I won't run it again. Make sure you run this command again. And also before you run your this particular demo, you will have to test it on a real device only. You can't test it on a simulator. The simulator will keep on crashing. So yeah, make sure you run it on a real device. So let me run it on real device and show you guys the output. Alright guys, so here is the output. I will dismiss this. I'll click on pick video, and here you can see I have one 15-second long video which I will select, and it has automatically like converted it to almost 8 seconds. So if you see the total duration of the video, it is almost 8 seconds, and I mean 8 to 7 seconds, 7 to 8 seconds I mean. So yeah, the video has been speed up twice, and if I want I can click on save video as well, and it will I'll click on allow full access, and the video was saved. If I now click on pick video, here you can see there is 3 videos and the first video is 8 second long. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.